What's going on, people? Jay the Black here. I have made content about 50 Cent before. Not very many videos, but I have. I made a video about what black men could learn from 50 Cent. I think this was right after his child support expired to his first child's mother, his eldest son's mother, and he celebrated it. And of course she didn't. She tried to get an extension. It didn't work out. His son resents him. In this video, I'm going to discuss the real reason why 50 Cent's son doesn't respect him. I've been on this Father's Day kick the last day or so. I've been making some videos about fatherhood and not fatherhood, but about mentoring and leadership with men and fathers, and looking at the situation, because my parents divorced when I was very young, but my father was always there. Even when I was really young, he would still come to see me and my sister. So he was always there, one phone call away, But some other people don't have that. Even though my father and my mother didn't really get along at times, there were times they got along, times they didn't. But, when I actually listened to my father and the issues that were going on, I got a better understanding of why that schism was there. And I don't think that other parents really sit their kids down to really discuss why they have an issue with each other. They just want their children to pick a side. And usually if your children is with the mother, they're going to side with the mother. And in 50 Cent's case, that's what his son is doing. Now, when 50 Cent got mainstream, signing to Shady Aftermath, Interscope, his first album, his first couple of videos, especially the Wankster video, he featured his son, his very young son at the time. And by looking at that, I could say, okay, he seems like he's very close with his son, even then. Well, if you fast forward now and you look at all the issues they've been having publicly, 50 Cent's ex just cannot stop hating a guy who's been paying her nonstop child support for over 18 years. But because she could never find another man like 50 Cent, I think that she always had a resentment towards him, and that resentment was taught to his son. And I think that's the main reason why he doesn't respect him. Because when you're living with your mother and your father is touring, he's on TV, he's dating other women, he's having other children, that vindictive woman, bitter mother will whisper in the ear of her son the issues that she's having with child support, even though she wasn't having any. The fact that he won't come and visit him and take him this place and that place. She's telling you half truths. I think that 50 Cent's son, I think I think he was being told half truths. I don't think 50 Cent is a deadbeat dad. 50 Cent is a busy man. Ever since 2003, he has been working, making music. He's been doing movies. He's a businessman. And when you are a busy man and you're out there and you're famous and you're making money, you're probably not going to be there very much. Look at the lifestyle of a pro athlete. Do you think LeBron James is at home more than he's not at home? But he wouldn't be considered a deadbeat dad. Same thing with Dwayne Wade. He has custody of his children. Now, I know that those situations could be different. They're athletes. They're not touring 6, 7, 8 months out the year overseas. They're not filming movies and TV shows. I understand that. But when you have a situation where, even with Dwayne Wade, he has Gabrielle Union there. LeBron James, he's married. Okay. When you have a situation where a child is growing up in a single parent environment, it is up to that parent to make sure that those children still have a respect level for their father. My mother was that way. My mother always made sure we respected our father, even though she had an issue with him. She always taught me to respect him, and I did. You can tell that even though 50 Cent was paying child support, even though I think that he did try to be in his son's life, I think he gave up because he could see his son turning against him, and there was nothing he can do. Once your son becomes a teenager and he starts getting older till he becomes a young adult, you start to see their personality. And usually what their personality is by the time they're 17 and 18, usually is going to be who they are. And I think he could sense that. And the fact that he had a child with another woman, he probably wanted to fix the mistakes that he made in his previous relationship with his eldest son's mother. You know, he's there more for his other son. Him and his second baby mother don't have the same issues as his first baby mother does. I think his first baby mother is just a bitter woman. She couldn't find another 50 Cent. She couldn't stand the fact that he was successful. I think some of these women put these dudes on child support because they want to break them. She probably thought 50 Cent's career would fade after a couple of years, and it didn't. And I think that the more success, she appreciated, but she liked the fact that he was paying child support. She liked the fact that she was getting money from him, but she did not like the fact that he was successful, that he was dating more attractive women. She was stuck in a house that he paid for. Not only was he paying her child support, but he bought her a home, and she still badmouthed this guy, disrespected him, had his son disrespecting her. Instead of her pulling her son to the side and say, listen, don't go on social media, don't air our dirty laundry, don't say nothing. He's still your father at the end of the day. I was able to pay the bills and keep a roof over our head because of him. No, she didn't say that. She used him to attack his own father. And women who do that should never be respected. But the problem is there's a lot of women like her. There's a lot of women like her. This ain't the minority. There are a lot of women out there who get with these dudes, man. And these relationships don't work out, but they get a child with them. And if that guy refuses to get back with them, they will use that child against them, going back and forth to court for more child support, keeping him from seeing his son. In this situation, I truly believe that she kept 50 from seeing his son. But I think because 50 Cent did not want any drama with her, he let it go. Should he have done that? No. Maybe he should have fought harder to be in his son's life. But you got to understand, as a black man, these women can go to court and say whatever they want about us. They can get restraining orders. They can go and get more child support. They'll be able to convince the court of public opinion on their side. So we have to be very careful and understand, listen, as long as my son is taken care of, I don't care if she don't like me. I don't care if she don't want me there. And this is why you see him more active in his other son's life, because that woman is allowing him to be in his son's life without being a hindrance, without being a bother, not trying to force no relationship on him. Because I think that 50 Cent's eldest son, Marquise, I think his mother really wants to be with 50 Cent. She wants to be the girlfriend or wife of a rapper, a successful rapper or entertainer. And because she does not have that bitterness has grown and manifests into his son. What made me do this video was Marquise put up a post, okay, where he's sitting in a restaurant and he has two plates in front of him. He has an empty chair next to him, and he's sitting next to an empty chair with his arm around the chair with two empty plates, and it was like, Happy Father's Day. And he posted this on Instagram to basically say that his father isn't there. But let me just say this to Marquise. If your mother, all these years, if your mother never found you another father figure to have in your life, then you should be mad at her too. Okay? You should be upset at her too. Because you can tell she put no effort into finding a decent man. Because she has a mentality of one of these gold diggers that want somebody to take care of them. Think everything's supposed to be handed to them because they got a baby by a rapper. Now, To tell you that this woman really ain't shit, she went and got a fake butt. With the last child support payment I believe she got, I believe she went and got a fake, ass job. And now this is speculation, but I'm where else did she get the money? So that tells you a lot about this person. And I believe she was doing a podcast. I don't know if she's still doing it, but if she isn't, it's because she's lazy, not committed to anything, wants people to take care of her. That's the mentality that a lot of these chicks have nowadays. They're not looking for a man to build with or have a man who they can create a family structure with, because they don't care about that. They just want to be on Instagram flexing. Okay. Just like you got men that flex with women, you got women who want to flex with the dudes they with. They want to be able to throw in other women's faces about who they with. But she can't do that. So the bitterness grows and it manifests into her seed. Marquise, you're a grown man. You got to get over it. If he isn't there, let it go. Now, 50 Cent is a very petty man. Very petty. And his son seems to have gained that same amount of pettiness. But I would hope that maybe one day those two can sit down without his mother there and really just hammer out these issues they have with each other. And I'm pretty sure if Marquise have a conversation with 50, he would realize that there were circumstances in that situation that really got in the way of him and his father getting along with each other. And he will see what the real issue is. But I can only hope. So, y'all let me know this thing in the comment section below and let me know your thoughts.